Hey there everybody, how's it going? This is John Matthew and you're watching CineManiacs 24/7. Welcome to the 6th part of the Power Rangers series, and we're almost at the end of this series now. After this, we'll be starting a completely new franchise which will be fun. I'll not reveal the suspense right away to you, but you will know eventually. Nonetheless, the 6th video of Power Rangers, as you might have watched the thumbnail, is going to be about the worst Power Rangers seasons ever made. Okay, this was a very different and a very difficult list to make because I had to watch all the Power Rangers seasons, follow every single lore that the TV shows have established, excluding the comics and the video games. So, putting all that into context, I had to make a very detailed video. This is the entire video, and I hope you subscribe to my channel and keep watching all my other videos as well, as it makes me very happy when you do so. So without any further delays guys, let's begin. The first season on my list would definitely be Power Rangers Turbo. You might have seen a video on it already on the channel, but I'll give you a very short recap of what I told there. Power Rangers Turbo was bad because of a multiple number of reasons. The movie that came before it set up wrong expectations for the TV show, which made things even more difficult. The tone of the series was not very appreciable. As a result, things became far more worse. The mid-season replacement of the cast did not really sit well with me. I guess the original cast had more amount of petrol left in them instead of what was pitched in episodes 18 and 19 of that show. Justin was not a good Blue Ranger. A kid being a Power Ranger just did not click well with us. DeviantArt was a very campy villain who did not make much sense to me, and she did not look as menacing or as threatening as the Machine Empire or Rita Repulsa, except she ended up doing something that both the villains of the previous TV shows could not do. Hats off to her for that anyway. Nonetheless, Turbo was one of the worst seasons ever made. The overall tone was very campy, and the idea that they managed to take the same parody tone of the original Japanese cartoon did not sit well here. They could have made it a very serious one, just like how RPM ended up becoming for the Japanese version of that particular cartoon. So this was the first season that turned out to be very bad for me, that is Power Rangers Turbo. In a sense, it is a TV show that was ruined by a movie which set up very bad expectations. Number 2, Power Rangers Mystic Force. Okay, the first time in the series where the Power Rangers are related by blood, and we know that this is also the season where things just do not look good anymore. I mean, I did not enjoy the Red Ranger. I did not enjoy some of the subplots that were just not making sense. Odona's character, RIP the lady who played her, she loses her magic wand for the entirety of the TV show, and we did not see her transforming into the White Ranger that she was. Her magic wand is with Korag, or let's say the villain of that TV show. For some reason, Nick and Madison's romantic subplot is a little bit off sometimes. I do not exactly connect well with it. There was this episode where Solaris Knight's pet cat managed to connect with Piggy, who will eventually be a part of Power Rangers SPD. So they're trying to put all the things into context here. They're trying to connect the entire season with different other seasons of the past as well, essentially trying to establish continuity there, but this didn't work for me. Mystic Force was a little off. It's more like a cheap knockoff of Harry Potter, but with Power Rangers and a lot of family drama here and there. The finale seemed okay-ish if you ask me, but like I said, the Red Ranger was pretty weak. The other characters are pretty weak. The Rainbow Wolf character, that is Korag when he turns evil, was at least appreciable by some stretch of the truth, but that's fine. Nonetheless, apart from that, I think Mystic Force was a very missed opportunity. There could have been things that they had done better. I wish they could have done them, but nonetheless, none of that ever happened. So this concludes the second season, that is Power Rangers Mystic Force. Now we get on to the third season, that is Power Rangers Operation Overdrive. Don't get me wrong, the concept of Overdrive is kick-ass. 5 Rangers looking for things in 5 different ways, lots of villains, a crown jewel that is supposed to be like the center of the entire TV show. It's the MacGuffin in a sense, but too many villains, poor writing. The episodes do not have many memorable dialogues or memorable movements. Everything feels so generic, and of course, the only saving grace of this TV show could be Once a Ranger Part 1 and 2, where we see that the Power Rangers lose their power. So the Guardian Knight brings back 5 Rangers of the past and restores their old powers in the hope that some of them can fight as the new Power Rangers. But then again, Alpha repairs the morphing grid of the Overdrive Rangers, and the 10 Rangers combined together to form one big ultimate team. That team up is perhaps the only saving grace of the entire TV show. Apart from that, I don't think there's anything memorable about Overdrive. The automotive, or let's say the car based theme of the TV show was good. I liked that for some reason. The theme song is a little bit average. I don't exactly like it too much or don't hate it too much. It's somewhere in the middle. Apart from that, if you ask me, the Red Ranger turning out to be an android instead of a human, that was a shocking twist, but for some reason I couldn't register it that well. And he wasn't exactly as strong as his older counterparts like Cole Evans or Shane or Connor or even Tommy Oliver and Zeo, for that record. So that concludes the point for Power Rangers Operation Overdrive. Too many villains, poorly written stories, and one special episode to save the entire TV show, which is otherwise considered to be one of the worst in the entire series. Okay, now we get on to the fourth worst season in the series, that would be Power Rangers Jungle Fury. Jungle Fury has had cool concepts, sure. A kung fu school, bad guys, good guys, animal spirits. The Spirit Rangers were, by the way, one of the best designs in the entire Power Rangers lore. Hats off to that. But again, poor story writing and the idea that they just managed to do anything and everything with every episode that did not make sense. The story was a little off sometimes. Casey was not a powerful Red Ranger, just like his predecessor Mac from Overdrive. It did not sit well with me. I guess this season had a lot of potential in terms of making a better theme song, in terms of writing a more tighter script, which of course didn't click well with me. The Yellow Ranger, that is Lily, was perhaps a saving grace in some points because I did see that she had the potential. The White Ranger, the Dominic or the Rhino Ranger, still had okayish amount of potential, but not too much if you ask me. The Purple Ranger, RJ, was like the mentor to the Rangers, but then again, I feel a little bit off. He was a little bit off. He just could not justify his character that well. On a side note, I do think that the Spirit Rangers were good, and perhaps the finale seemed okayish to me because the Rangers teaming up against Daishi seemed like a very good angle. Nonetheless, this concludes point number 4, and of course I get into the worst season of all time. Hold your hearts for this one, guys, because this is going to be very, very difficult for me. Whew. Number 5 on the list is Power Rangers Super Megaforce. Oh my god, where do I even begin with this? Let's talk about the good part first. I'll make it a little more easier for you. The Legendary Rangers, the system of changing keys to become the Legendary Rangers, the legendary battle sequence where all the Rangers of the past come together to help the Megaforce Rangers seemed good. But you know what went wrong? The same problems with Megaforce. Exact copy of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and the characters have no character development this time. Troy's character is not a good Red Ranger. The Black and Yellow Rangers romantic track does not make sense to me, and it is only in the end of this TV show that we get to see that they get together. Orion was a good Ranger nonetheless. His 6th Ranger modes were also good if you ask me, but somehow this TV show did not have a character arc. The characters felt bland, poorly written and poorly executed, that did not make sense to me. As a result, I think that this TV show had potential, but they could not justify it that well. It is perhaps unwatchable in places. There are episodes that feel too generic and more like filler episodes that do not do justice to the actual lore if you ask me. There are appearances from older Rangers like Casey as well from the Jungle Fury season, but that does not make much sense to me. There's also another episode where the Rangers go to the dome city of Corinth, Power Rangers RPM, and then there is another Zord that managed to escape undetected in that TV show that manages to come here. We also have a mention to Animaria. They're trying to connect the lore together, they're trying to attach all the seasons into one single continuity. Makes sense, but sometimes it felt forced. The Megaforce thing looked okayish to me. I do agree that bringing Red Lion back was a great decision, but nonetheless there are things that could have been better in this TV show, and it is not half as watchable as the seasons that I mentioned before this. At least those older seasons have something redeemable about them. There must be one or two things, but this season has nothing, practically nothing. Anyway, this concludes the entire section of all the worst seasons, and now we wrap up to the conclusion right away. So this, guys, was the video for the worst Power Ranger seasons ever made. 4 more videos are coming up, and we're going to wrap this entire session very soon. This section will be wrapped off, and of course this playlist of the Power Ranger videos will be done, and we'll be getting into the Transformers series, where I'll be discussing the Bayverse movies in detail, of course. So this was the entire video, guys. Thank you so much for watching my channel, and of course the video. If you have, please subscribe and follow me on all my socials. The links are above and below as well. You can also check out my Shopify store, which is opening up very soon, and please keep buying films on physical media. Like I always tell you, this is the best way to protect movies and TV shows for long. Stay safe, guys. Bye bye and Godspeed.